Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how to get ArchVizPRO Volume 2 working great on the Quest 2. Let's get started. You're going to want to open Unity Hub and create a new project. We're going to use 2021.2. It's a beta, but it has box projected reflection probes, so you have to use this version of it. I'm going to call it ArchVizPRO 2. We'll go with that. Let's go ahead and turn off auto generate for the light map. And then you're going to click on File, New Scene, Basic URP, and then click Create. That'll put us in a blank scene. And we're going to go ahead and delete everything except for the settings, the presets, and Universal Pipeline Global settings. Then you can go ahead and put in the Universal Render Pipeline Global settings into the settings folder. Next, you're going to go to the build settings. You're going to click on Android, but don't switch yet. Then you're going to go to texture compression, drop down, and click on ASTC. We're going to go to the player settings. From here, you're going to uncheck Auto Graphics API, and you're going to delete OpenGL ES3. Then from there, you turn on graphics jobs, and we're going to switch texture compression format from ETC to ASTC. Then you're going to scroll down here, and you're going to change this to Android 10. That's what the Quest 2 uses. Now you switch scripting backend to IL2 CPP and .NET Framework for the API compatibility level, and then turn off ARM v7 and turn on ARM 64. You're going to go up to resolution and presentation, and you can turn off optimize frame pacing. Go ahead and click on switch platform. From here we can go ahead and import from the asset store ArchVizPRO Interior Volume 2. It has a dependency. You're going to go ahead and click Install Upgrade. Okay, import all of the assets from that package. Okay, now we can go ahead and import the Oculus package. It's under Unity Registry. Search for Oculus. It's Oculus XR plugin. Click Install. Okay, once that's installed, you're going to want to go to XR Plugin Management, click on Oculus, then down here select Oculus Settings, and turn on Phase Sync, as well as Subsample Layout. This is for Vulkan and Quest 2. That's what we're going to be using. Turn off Quest 1. Go ahead and change this stereo rendering mode from multipass to multi-view. Now let's go ahead and import the Oculus Integration package. This is going to be used for Fixed Foveated Rendering and for enabling 120 Hz on the Quest 2. It's going to ask you to update the Oculus Utilities plugin. Go ahead and click Yes. Now OpenXR is going to ask you if you want to use it. It has pass-through API, but right now there are a couple of bugs. I'm sure they're going to iron them out. So for now, for the tutorial, click on Cancel. And that'll use the regular OVR plugin. Click on OK. It's going to ask you to restart, and then the audio plugin is going to ask you if you want to upgrade. Click Upgrade, and then click Restart. Now that we've got the Oculus plugins installed, real quick, go to Player and check that Yeah. OpenGL ES3 got added again. You're going to add Vulkan, and you're going to delete OpenGL ES3. We need to fix the pink shaders here. You're going to go to Window, Rendering, and Render Pipeline Converter. And you're going to select this drop-down and click on Built-in to URP. You're going to click on the Material Upgrade. Don't click on Read-Only Material Converter as it's broken right now. Just click on Material Upgrade. So go ahead and click on Initialize Converters, and it'll bring up a list of all the items that it thinks it can convert over to URP shaders. So we're going to click on Convert Assets. Alright, as you can see, it was a successful conversion. That's the Oculus avatar setup, and it converted perfectly. So let's go over to our ArchViz scene. Okay, to make it easier to work with, we're going to organize a little bit. Let's make sure project settings are also over there. Go to quality from the project settings. Let's go ahead and actually delete low and medium so there's no confusion when we get on the device. So we're going to go back to high quality right here, and you click on Inspector. And from here, I already have Show Additional Properties turned on, but by default it's turned off. This will show the SRP batcher. Click on Dynamic Batching just to make sure that's on. You're going to want to turn on Box Projection. They just added this in 2021.2. So this is a key feature for this tutorial. You click on that one, it changes everything. It's a game changer. Now go ahead and turn off Cast Shadows so that we can just bake our lights again. Additional lights, click on Disabled, and turn off HDR. You can modify these settings at a later time, but I'm going to show you how to get the highest frame rate for now. Right from the beginning, go ahead and select these top 5 from Room to Reflection and change their static settings to just change it all to true. And it's going to ask you if you want to change children. Click yes. You can delete most of these. Turn off player. This is very important. In this reflection game object, all of these reflection probes have to be changed from real time to baked. And you're going to go ahead and go to the lights game object and turn off everything except for sun and the light probe group. Just go ahead and disable them. For performance reasons, we're only going to use a baked light. We're going to use the evening sun. We're going to change its mode to baked. And then we're going to go to render settings and lighting and click on environment. Change cloud simple skybox material to evening skybox material. And then let's go back one step here to scene. And you're going to turn off real-time global illumination. You're going to turn on progressive GPU preview. Go ahead and turn off progressive updates. You can leave this at 32 for now, but 500 is what's really going to make a difference. And you're going to set these 3 light probe sample min and max bounces to 7. And then for filtering, let's go ahead and turn that to advanced and use open image denoiser for both direct and indirect. And you can leave the rest of the settings alone. Let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like when it's all baked. Okay, now that we have the light map baked, it looks pretty good, right? Let's go ahead and go to the Oculus folder, go to Sample Framework, go to Usage, and then open the Locomotion scene. And then you're going to copy these 5 game objects, and you're going to put them right into our ArchVizPRO scene. The last thing we need to do to get it working on Oculus is we're going to copy over our set Oculus settings script, and I'll show you what that is. Create empty object, set Oculus settings, drag it on there as a component, and then what you see here is we're calling OVR Manager Fixed Foveated Rendering Level, and we're setting it to High Top, which is the maximum foveated rendering level. Then we're going to change Use Dynamic Fixed Foveated Rendering equals True. And we're also going to change OVR plugin System Display Frequency to 120 Hz. So now we have everything we need to build it. You can technically make a build right now, and it would work on the Oculus Quest, high frame rates and everything. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to fix everything that's wrong with this scene. As you can see, it's using default material. It has no idea what to do with that. Click on Fire Alarm, and then click back on that object and drag Fire Alarm directly onto it. And you're going to do that again for this other one. It's also using Fire Alarm. Drag Fire Alarm material onto the object. Also your player controller, let's not forget that. Drag him right into the scene. Yeah, see, if we built that, he would have ended up somewhere else. Right, so now we're going to use the frame debugger. Let's go ahead and go to Analysis, Frame Debugger. Click on Enable. Okay, you're going to see it's drawing all these objects. And right here at the bottom, it says Hidden Universal Render Pipeline Fallback Error. So that's object 015. Now you could search for it in the hierarchy, but the easiest way to do it is first search for it in the project. So we'll click on the first one here, and it tells us it's frame version 4. So what we actually need to search for is frame version 4 in case its child object is missing. So there's one of them right there, and we'll go take a look at that. And there you go. You have two of them that are missing the front sides. So we're going to take the one from the game object above it, frame v4 material, and we're going to go ahead and drag frame v4 material onto the object. And we're going to do the same for this one. So we'll drag frame v4 onto the object. There's a couple more right there. So we'll go ahead and drag frame v4 and drag the other one, which is right here, frame v4 onto it, and there we go. Now it's gone. So that's one set pass call we got rid of, and you can batch some of these together if you were to get rid of one or two things. Like this one's using a detail material, a detail texture, and if you got rid of that, it'd probably batch with one of these other ones perfectly fine, so you'd actually have even one less set pass call. So that's how you use the frame debugger in a nutshell. That light map right there, we're gonna take a look at it with open preview. That's tiny. That's where our issue is. It's pulling the light from a different side. So we're gonna set that to 2, and it's still gonna fit inside that light map. We'll go ahead and bake that real quick. Alright, there we go, all fixed up. Okay, next, let's go ahead and pull this over to the closet. We're going to center it pretty close to that middle bar. We're going to go ahead and zero out its positioning. Reduce the z-axis so that it can fit inside of the closet. Looks pretty good. Shrink it in a bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. And shrink this down. What you'll notice is if you go too far down, it'll miss that one. We want to catch it. We're going to go ahead and set the room objects reflection probe with an anchor over to our reflection probe main. So you drag reflection probe main over to anchor override, and it'll always use that one no matter what we do with the reflection probes. So that you can see what that looks like. Material. You're gonna want to change its smoothness all the way up just so you can see it. Kind of see what that looks like. It's kind of cool. I would suggest setting about 8.5. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix these pipes up here. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab all of these from pipes, inside furniture, pipes, and then ventilation. And you're going to drag the reflection probe ceiling over to the anchor override. And we're going to do the same thing for ventilation too. There's a few sub-objects. We're going to skip over those for just a second. Oh, and these two rectangles at the top, they don't have anything in them. We're going to go to reflection probe ceiling again and drag that over as an anchor override. And then we're going to open all of these sub-objects. I'm going to select all of them. Reflection probe ceiling. Drag that right in. So those look great. You're going to select object 017. It's the glass one. And you're going to slide its smoothness all the way over to the right. And you're going to click on the two object 017s for the framed V5s. And we're going to drag reflection probe main right over to their anchor overrides. Duplicate this main reflection probe, and we're going to get a view from over here. So Control D to duplicate that. And we can bake that real quick. Let's rename this one. We're going to call it mirror. Reflection probe mirror. Then we're going to click on the mirror itself and drag in reflection probe mirror into its anchor override. So now it's going to use that one from now on. So now we're at door glass. So you're going to select all of its child objects and you're going to drag in reflection probe mirror into its anchor override. So there we go. One thing to note, if you don't bake a directional light map, then you won't get these little dots, these textures inside of this furniture. It has a normal map, and the directional light is baking simulated light from the normal map onto this texture, onto its light map. If you turn that off, it's just going to look smooth, even though it has a normal map, because it's only going to react to real-time lights, and we've baked all of our lights. One thing you want to make sure is, for this window in particular, make sure its smoothness is set to 0 for the window glass. Go to your build settings, click on build. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call the file ArchVizPRO 2. Let's go ahead and open a command prompt and send over the file. Alright, I'll start recording some video from inside the headset. Alright, let's see how we did. Let's go ahead and open up the menu, click on walk only, and then left strafe right teleport. That way we can do controller movement as needed. Alright, this looks pretty good. Yeah, this is nice. The windows look great too. Check that out, and those reflections, it's a good shader. I like that effect. It's cool stuff. Gonna look around a little bit. It's pretty awesome. I'd love to see some more games like this. If you guys take this tutorial you'll be able to make this scene with the ArchVizPRO Interior Volume 2. Furniture looks great. Let's see. Yeah, the clothes look great too. Check that out. That's awesome. I love it. I love these clothes shaders. How about that reflection too? That's pretty awesome. That's the box projected reflection probe at work. Closet looks good. Let's see. Grab another shirt. A jacket. Yeah, and then the mirror. How about the mirror, huh? Also box projected. Oh, sorry, it's going out of the target zone there. To move my chair. Let's see, there we go. Okay, yeah, there we go. I can look around. That's pretty cool. You don't want to get too realistic with it because it doesn't have you in the reflection, but since it's using a box projected reflection probe, it's pretty awesome. Make it a little blurry so you don't get that uncanny valley feeling. And then that's a nice material right there. That's a really good reflection. I like that one a lot. Sorry, getting close to the boundary again. Alright, the couch looks good. Carpet looks good. The wood floor looks good. This is a great scene, guys. We can't go upstairs, unfortunately. There's no collider. We'd have to build one. But I'm trying to not modify these demo scenes other than what's necessary. I did a few extra things here. I showed you how to use the box projected reflection probes. I showed you how to use the frame debugger to find missing shaders or objects that have missing shaders. Little extra bonuses. I don't mind. I'm going to put this APK in the description. If you want to see more videos like this, give a like. Thanks guys, appreciate it.